Greetings valued viewers. This is the Wacky Guardian coming at you with the most epic, extended synopsis yet of the pulse-pounding, action-packed thriller 2012. In 2009, the world faces a dire threat as American geologist Adrian Helmsley journeys to India to meet with astrophysicist Dr. Satnam Surutani. Together, they make a startling discovery: massive solar flares are causing the Earth's core to heat up rapidly. This dangerous situation prompts Adrian to rush to Washington, D.C. to brief the White House Chief of Staff, Carl N. Heuser, and eventually the President of the United States, Thomas Wilson. By 2010, President Wilson, alongside other international leaders, initiates a top-secret project aimed at ensuring the survival of humanity. Their plan involves the construction of enormous arks in Choming, Tibet, nestled in the Himalayan mountains. These arks are intended to rescue a carefully selected group of approximately 400,000 people from the impending global catastrophe. To finance this monumental endeavor, tickets are sold to private sector individuals at an astronomical price of €1 billion per person. As the year 2011 rolls around, humanity's most valuable treasures and artworks are transported to the Himalayas, cleverly disguised as a protective measure against potential terrorist attacks. Dr. Laura Wilson, an art expert and the first daughter, plays a key role in this operation. Notably, the priceless Mona Lisa is replaced by a precise replica in the Louvre. This deception takes a dark turn when Laura's boss, Roland Picard, discovers that the cave intended for storing the artworks is a decoy. Tragically, Picard's life is cut short in a fatal car accident at the same Parisian underpass where Princess Diana met her fate. In 2012, the story shifts to Los Angeles, where we meet Jackson Curtis, a part-time limousine driver and science fiction writer. Jackson, with his ex-wife Kate and their children Noah and Lily, embarks on a camping trip to Yellowstone National Park. During their adventure, they encounter Charlie Frost, a radio show host and conspiracy theorist who predicts a major cataclysmic event in 2012. He shares the theories of Charles Hapgood, which involve polar shifts and the Mesoamerican long count calendar, suggesting that a global catastrophe is imminent. The family's journey takes them back to Los Angeles, where seismic activities wreak havoc along the west coast. After dropping off Karpoff's sons at the airport, Jackson becomes increasingly suspicious and rents a plane in a desperate attempt to rescue his family. He succeeds in gathering his family and a plastic surgeon named Gordon Silberman just as the Earth's crust begins to shift dramatically. The city of Los Angeles is devastated by a colossal earthquake, plummeting into the Pacific Ocean, causing widespread destruction. Amid a series of catastrophic earthquakes worldwide, the group, with Gordon at the controls of a small plane, races towards Yellowstone to retrieve a map provided by Charlie Frost. Their daring escape coincides with the eruption of the Yellowstone caldera, which Charlie stays behind to broadcast, tragically losing his life in the process. Their mission takes them to a devastated Las Vegas, where they hope to find a larger aircraft. In Las Vegas, they encounter Russian oligarch Yuri Karpov and his twin sons, Alek and Oleg, as well as Yuri's girlfriend Tamara and the pilot Sasha. Together, they secure a massive Antonov An-225 aircraft, erroneously labeled an Antonov 500, for their journey to China. Simultaneously, aboard Air Force One, Ann Heuser, Helmsley, and Laura Wilson head to Tibet, where they expect to find the Salvation Arks. Upon reaching Tibet, they are confronted with a stunning revelation. The arks turn out to be not traditional ships but immense seagoing vessels, designed to accommodate thousands of people. The cabin quarters are surprisingly luxurious, intended for just one or two passengers, much to Helmsley's chagrin. Ann Heuser explains that the high cost of these accommodations was essential to fund the project, as it would have been impossible for governments around the world to hide such a massive expense for long. Meanwhile, President Wilson remains in Washington, D.C. to address the nation one last time. With the Vice President dead and the Speaker of the House missing, Ann Heuser effectively assumes leadership of the nation. The city of Washington is struck by the pyroclastic ejecta cloud from Yellowstone, smothering the city in a thick, choking shroud of ash. President Wilson, caught in the path of a mega-tsunami, meets a tragic end as the aircraft carrier John F. Kennedy crashes into the White House, obliterating it. Sasha's group initially plans a brief refueling stop in Hawaii, but they discover that volcanic activity has devastated the island chain. Pushing forward, they are increasingly concerned about their fuel reserves as they approach mainland Asia. To their astonishment, they find that the Earth's surface has shifted, moving the Chinese coast 1,500 miles to the east. They manage a harrowing crash landing, narrowly escaping death, as they drive a Bentley out of the plane just before it skids to a halt on a glacier. The plane teeters dangerously on the edge of a cliff before plummeting into the abyss, taking Sasha with it. The survivors are then spotted by the People's Liberation Army, which is en route to the Arks. The group is taken in by Nima, a Buddhist monk, and his grandparents. They are guided to the Arks, and with the assistance of Tenzin, Nima's brother, they manage to stow away on one of them. However, as a mega-tsunami bears down on the site, an impact driver becomes wedged in the gears of the Ark's hydraulics chamber. This mechanical failure prevents a boarding gate from closing and disables the ship's engines. The ensuing chaos results in the loss of several lives, including Yuri, Gordon, and Tamara. Tenzin sustains an injury, and the Ark is set adrift, leaving it vulnerable to the impending mega-tsunami. In his final moments, Yuri manages to hoist his sons to safety aboard the Ark but pays the ultimate price by sacrificing himself. With time running out, Jackson and Noah successfully dislodge the impact driver, allowing the crew to regain control of the Ark just in the nick of time to avoid a catastrophic collision with Mount Everest. Once the floodwaters recede, the Arks make their way to the Cape of Good Hope in South Africa, where the Drakensberg Mountains have risen to become the tallest mountain range on Earth. It is here that humanity, having survived the apocalyptic events, faces the daunting task of starting anew in a world forever transformed. Please remember to completely demolish that like button, subscribe to the Wacky Guardian for more great content, and share this video with all your friends. Thank you for watching, see you next time.